Hi. All right, you guys. I'm going to go on ahead and get started because it's time to go. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of Seeking Sister Wife. This is season 6, episode 2. I'm trying to create Voltron here. My name is Wah, and I do recaps of relationship reality television shows such as 90 Day Fiancé, Love After Lockup, Seeking Sister Wife, Love is Blind. So if you are at all interested in that content, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If while watching this you get the hee hee ha ha's and you want to give your girl a tip, you can do so with the options that are scrolling around along the bottom of the screen, as well as you can do a super thanks or a super sticker via YouTube. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and let's jump right into the episode. So first, we are going to talk about the Davises because why not? I enjoy the Davises, right? I really do. As much as like everyone's like, oh, Nick needs to get a job or whatever, they provide so much fun. And for two women, three women, four when Danielle still felt this way, for them to feel like this man is the smartest man that they have ever met, I want to feel that. I don't feel that. I want to feel that. So I'm happy for them. Okay. So we see Vera, the baby. Okay. She's so cute. The name, I could do without, but that's fine. If you want to name your child like a matronly Spencer from the 1800s, that's fine. Name her Matilda too, because that's what Jasmine did. Matilda, not my favorite name. Now, no shade to the Matildas out there in the world, the Tillies. No shade to you. No shade to you. You may not like my name, and that's fair. But Vera sounds like old busybody whose hair is up in a severe bun or like a French bun with like a stripe of white hair, as you know, to show her age. Vera, or maybe Vera is like an elderly British lady who likes to garden. Have you seen Vera? Oh, you know, darling, she's in the garden. That's who she is. Okay. So Vera's there. She's cute. They're putting her hair in some cute little things. They've seen a video or two. They watched a YouTube video or two on how to do a baby's hair, and they did it. And April seems like she'd be such a good supplement mom, or is such a good supplement mom. The way that they surround that child with love and adoration, she's speaking. She is like fully, we're going to go see the alpacas, the pacas. I'm like, how do you even know what an alpaca is? They must have gone. I mean, Nick really must have spent a lot of time with her, teaching her things and talking to her and all those things, because she seems very understanding of what's going on around her while she's sitting in her high chair. You know what I mean? So they all come downstairs, and we get a little bit of information about what happened to Danielle. So apparently, Danielle left the family because Nick started talking about bringing in another wife, and she wasn't with that. I don't understand why after getting the third you would be so quick to get the fourth. I feel like, shouldn't the third be the third for at least 2 years before you start looking for somebody else? I don't understand this idea to rapid fire like take on people in the household. Like, I'll never understand that, because that's not that is not just specific to them. It felt like Garrick had tried to do that too with their Natalie, their second person. He started immediately talking about wanting a third or a fourth. And I'm like, why? If it took you so long to get the third and you got the third, why would you immediately start to bring in a fourth? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But Danielle wasn't with it. The other girls were, but she wasn't, and so, you know, she left the family. And 6 months later they ended up getting with Teresa. And the reason why they got with Teresa is because Nick and Teresa had been friends for a very long time, even prior to, I think, Jennifer coming into the situation. So they have known her, and Nick had staunchly put her in the friend zone. And then one day she comes to them and she's like, hey, I mean, not Nick, the two ladies, and she's like, hey, I'm in love with Nick. I think he has smooth, soft skin or something. He doesn't look like he would have smooth, soft skin at all. What did she say? Creamy body is what she said. I'm in love with Nick and his creamy body. What does that mean? What does that mean for somebody to have a creamy body? So anyways, and so she, you know, wanted to be with Nick. And so Nick and her have been developing a relationship. And I think they've been together for 6 months now. I don't know, because she's moved in. She moved in after 4 months. Teresa says this is not the first time she's been in a polygamous relationship. This is not the second time she's been in it. She's been in more than one polygamous relationship, and she really feels like the Davises are it for her. Getting back to Jennifer. Jennifer's pregnant. She's 3 months pregnant. So she's having them babies. I like her hair. I do think that it's old fashioned, but I do like it. I mean, I know they call it the money piece, is this black hair, but I like it. I think it looks really pretty on her. I love the fact that she has all this like long, luscious hair too. I think both Jennifer and April are very pretty. Now we introduce the children. So we've got Vera, who's the bebe, and then we've got April's 17-year-old son from a previous relationship than Nick, but Nick basically raised him. And then we've got Teresa's son, and Teresa's son is 15. So there's a 15-year-old, there's a 17-year-old, and then there is a 2-year-old child in the house. And they say they have plenty of room. I want to see the house. Because in my mind, they must have a 6-bedroom home. No? Because 17-year-old needs his own room. Vera most likely is going to have her own room, some kind of nursery. Then they've got the boom boom room. Then they've got the room that all the people sleep in. And then the room that the other boy sleeps in. So 5 rooms at the very least. Now this boom boom room. Now, do we not think that if we had a boom boom room, it would be well furnished or furnished differently? It doesn't look furnished well. It doesn't look inviting. It doesn't look sensual or sexy. Why does it have a chest of drawers? Are there toys in the chest of drawers? I think they could do a lot better with this boom boom room. I'm just gonna say, I think they could do a lot better with the boom boom room. The boom boom room needs some repairs. It needs a facelift, if you will. Okay. So we find that information about them. They go alpaca petting, and everyone's having a good time with the alpacas. They actually tell the person's like, so what are you guys doing here with the camera crew? And they're like, oh, well, we're actually a polygamous family. And he's like, wow, what a coincidence. Alpacas are polygamous. Usually there's one male to like 17 females. And he's like, oh, we came to the right farm. We found out from Teresa that she finds herself being jealous of the other 2 ladies because Jennifer is having all the children and because he's been with April for so long. But they still have that bed with that Alaskan king size. They still have that room with that Alaskan king size bed. And I just, I can't do it. I need my own room. I'm not sharing a room with 4 other people. I'm not doing it. Or 3 other people. I am not doing it. It is too, no. I'm not doing it. Don't let me, we're going to talk about Garrett and Danielle's situation too. That shit is crazy too. Okay. So I think that's basically it. I think that's basically it. I think I told you everything that happened. Oh, I didn't tell you the best part. Teresa is a HVAC specialist and an aspiring rapper. An aspiring rapper. What do we think her name is? Is it like Eric? Okay, not Erica Jane, because that's not like. What is her rap name? Is it like Season Iggy Azalea? Siggy Abelia? Like, what is it? What's her name? Miss Legs, Miss Blondie, T Money, tea tree oil, tea tree oil of Olay. How you think my skin gets so slay? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that lady's rap name is, but I need to know what it is. I need to know what that lady rap name is. Shit, I need to know. I need to know it immediately. Immediately. So you guys, Nick is the smartest person that they know. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep saying it because it is baffling to me. It is baffling. Like they're like, he's like, you know what? You remember this old cartoon from the 80s called Voltron, where it was like the parts of these people were different parts of Voltron, and I'm like, yeah, Voltron is like Transformers and Power Rangers mixed. No, like when Power Rangers are at their ultimate form, where they can like turn into like a dinosaur or whatever, and they all each take a different part and like run it. You know what I mean? It's like the Juggernauts from Pacific Rim. It's like it's just this giant machine that 5 people just took different parts of it and helped it to move. And so he's just trying to create Voltron. And I get that, but like, give it some time. Give it some time between the left leg and the right leg. And one of them is like, well, definitely we're the legs and Nick is the head. And I'm like, why do y'all think he's so smart? Because he duped you guys into going to work and then telling us that the reason why he's okay with his women working or wants his women to work is because he wants them to be able to have money when they leave, if they leave the relationship, so that they're not, and listen, that's not a bad argument. And I'm not opposed to him staying home, especially if the women are taking care of these kids and he's keeping the house right. I'm not opposed to it. Like, I'm not as upset as I think as a lot of people are. Like, I'm okay with Nick staying home doing whatever, but I need evidence of this brilliance. Is he building a time machine in the garage? Or is he just somebody who takes in a lot of information and is able to think and spout it back? Because I'm like, well, wait till you get a load of me. Just kidding. Wait till they get a load of me. Is that Jack Nicholson? Sounds Jack Nicholson. Is that Batman? Wait till they get a load of me. I don't know where I got that from. But anyways, they think that man is so smart. I think that man is so smart. And I'm like, okay. But I do love the love that he has with his two stable, his like bottom bitches. You know what I mean? April and Jenna are his bottom bitches. And they will always be there and they will always be around. I love that for him and I love that for them. Teresa, on the other hand, she seems like a wild card. There's a lot going to be happening with her. There's a lot going on with her. And I need more information. I need more information. Okay. The next couple that we are going to talk about is the Williamsons. I'm sorry. I don't mean to put something on somebody who says that they're not something. But this episode, to me, solidified and doubled down even more of the fact that I think that Reese and Billie Jean are either in some kind of lavender marriage or Reese just would have rather not be gay than anything. Like, that is a gay man. If his family is so judgmental and so like crazy in the way that we found out this episode, and it's not even his family, just his cousin. Who knows what would have happened if he had come out as gay? The way that some people have such a strong feeling against polygamy, as though polygamy is not in the Old Testament of the Bible. Like, it's just so weird to me that people who like talk about Jesus want to completely forget the Old Testament. And I'm like, you can't forget the Old Testament. We can't just move on with the New Testament and pretend like the Old Testament didn't exist. Okay? You got to take it all. You can throw some stuff away if you want to, but like, So anyways, they go to his mom's house, and his parents have been divorced for 35 years, but I guess they're still friends. So he go to his mom's house, and they got to tell, mom already knows that they're going to look for a second. And they got to tell the dad, and they got to tell his cousin laughed so hard that I said to myself, you know what? She probably laughed when he said he was marrying a woman too. She been laughing at Reese. I at first I was like, are you laughing because it's preposterous that he even got one woman and now he's gonna try to get another one? I don't understand Reese at all. I think that is a gay man who would just rather not be gay and would rather just live his life in his little small isolated town in Indiana or South Dakota or wherever they live, Idaho, I don't know. And then just like be who he is and go live to the big city and join a real choir. You know what I mean? I'm not sure they got like national stage show choirs. He talks about show choir in high school like it was yesterday. And it's been at least 15 years by the looks of him. And like this situation, that is a gay man. This is a lavender marriage. I'm sure they love each other, boots the house down. And I'm sure he does like boobies because everyone likes boobies. But I'm sure he'd rather put it in her butt. Now I said it. If he doesn't, if they already don't do it, he would rather have a strong man hold him at night than Billie Jean. And now they're going to try to bring in a second. I mean, besides the fact that when people say that the kids will be confused, it's like they don't know kids. It's really weird to me when people do not understand that the children that you have only know what you show them. And if you show them a happy, loving family, no matter how many adults are involved, they are not going to naturally be confused. Maybe when they go out into the world and they start talking about it, people will say things to them, which is going to be confusing. And it is your job as a parent to prepare them for that. And she's like, oh, the kids are going to make fun of them. Kids make fun of other kids when they do have both parents. Kids will make fun of other kids for any reason under the sun. So that is not a reason to not do it. I just think her arguments are just real weak, and just say that you don't get it because you could never imagine somebody loving you, period. And then on top of that, loving you and loving somebody else. Christine. She got on my damn nerves. And then he's over there cowering because he's scared about what Christine has to say. Christine can go suck on an egg. If your daddy is okay with it and your mama is okay with it, then whoever else can go suck rocks. Now, even if your mother and dad weren't okay with it, as long as you and Billie Jean are okay with it, everybody else can and can go suck rocks. In fact, you should get one of them chickens to lay an egg so that they can go suck on an egg. That's what they can do. Suck on an egg. Leave you guys alone. Let you live your weird fantasy. Now, Billie Jean is the way I would have to do it. Billie Jean's like, listen, we can have a second wife, but she's gonna have to have her own house and I'll have my own house. I agree with that. Unless you want to have houses that are tandem and maybe have like maybe some common space that is the same. Like I always think about like if I could build a home that my family and I could live in, it's almost as though there would be one common space. Right? Maybe it's like a living room, kitchen space with like a fireplace, but it's large. And then there's like 4 hallways, and each hallway takes you into an actual like smaller home. Right? So each hallway takes you into a space when you walk in that's like coming in from the garage. And then or maybe it's a garage. No, it's a living space. And you go in and you're in your own home. You have your own kitchen. It's not as big as the kitchen in the main space, but you got your own kitchen, your own refrigerator. You got your own 2 bedrooms, your living room, your little space, your own washer and dryer. Or maybe the washer and dryers are all in the same space. Maybe there's like 3 washer and dryers. You know what I mean? I'm just looking for a big compound where I could still be alone, where I could still have a separate entrance, where I could still have friends and parties and friends over and have nobody feel like they need to come over or do whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's what I want. I have given it a lot of thought. There's also a big fireplace because all I want is to just be able to come home, light a fire, smell a fire, and like hear the crackling sounds. Place. I make my parents my parents' home has 2 fireplaces in California. For what reason? 2 of them. My dad had to learn how to utilize them because I was like, excuse me, if we have these, can we not use them? They wouldn't let me use them. And I was like, well, I'm gonna burn this house down. So somebody needs to figure out how to use it. So my dad figured it out. You have to open the flue and do all this stuff. And sometimes I make him do both of them. It'd be hot as hell in that house. It'd be hot as hell. But I make him do them both, especially during Christmas. It'll be hot as hell outside. And I'm like, put the fireplace on. It's Christmas. But then now that I'm not there, they don't put it on at all anymore. Anyways, in the desert with a fireplace. Girl, I loves it. All right, let's move on to the Johnsons. Now, the Johnsons are an interesting situation because we're watching them possibly break up. Here are the Johnsons. So the Johnsons are Matthew and Angelica. Okay. Matthew and Angelica met because she was a cashier at a grocery store and he would come through her aisle smiling at her all the time. So they exchanged information on social medias. One day she was longing for some companion, some meat, if you will. And she messaged him and he came on over and gave her some meat. And they have been inseparable ever since. They have 2 kids together, Harmony and Legend. They have been together for 14 years and married for 5. So she's the one who wanted the sister wife because she just felt like, listen, I can't be everything to everybody. Okay. It is too much. And I would like to share some of the burden of a husband and kids with somebody else, which is the same thing that it felt like Billie Jean wanted. It seems like a weird reason to want a sister wife. But I'm not gonna, think through that. It's a want, it's a desire to have a village, and I get that. I understand that. And so she was like, yeah, you should go out and get one so that, you can have somebody else attention and you don't have to be breathing down my neck all the time. And he was like, okay. So he ended up falling for this very lovely woman named Shanae. However, Shanae lives an hour away. And he, unfortunately, because he has 2 kids with his wife of 14 years or his girlfriend or his lady of 14 years, it's really hard for him to just like be an hour away from them and stay at the house with Shanae, because Shanae has her own daughters too, and they have obligations. So it's been 3 years that they've been with Shanae. Now, Angelica and Shanae get along famously. Angelica says that she has a hard time making friends and that there is some sort of childhood trauma with Black folks where her peoples told her, don't be telling everybody the business is going on in this house. And so she never made any friends. And to me, I felt like there was some abuse happening in the house. Like, for you to take, my parents did the same thing. Don't tell people what happens in this house. Okay. But I still did. 1 and 2, not to the detriment of me being able to make friends. For whatever was going on in that house was too much. Was it religion? Was it something? I don't know. It just made me think of that. Like, however, what happened was abusive or something, and to where she shut down and she's not very good at making friends. And so part of the reason of wanting a sister wife was also to have a friend. And so she found that friend in Shanae, but Shanae is not happy with Matt. She's like, things have got to change. And Matt's like, they can't change. And if you don't move closer, because Shanae's like, ideally we would live in the same neighborhood and he would bop back and forth. And that seems to be the consensus. Like in the Mormon polygamous community, the men bop back and forth to the women's home because the women are the homemakers, right? So they got to have their own space to move and do whatever. And the men, well, not in the fundamentalist. I think in the fundamentalist, the women go to his room he rotates them out of the rooms or whatever, and they have to share one home, which sounds like terror. But if you're a rich polygamist, you buy 3 houses on the same block. And y'all share, you don't have any fences in between. You run from neighbor to neighbor. That's if you have enough money and you're moving into a like a build, or you have land and you've built your own property, 3 houses. So yeah. Anyways, that's what's going on with the Johnsons. Shanae and Angelica have lunch and they toast to community peen. They toast to community peen. I was like, oh, well, good for you. I hope that you are happy. I hope that you are happy. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy too. I hope you're proud how you would feed your own ambition. And though I can't imagine her. Okay, anyways, I can't do it. I can't start singing Wicked. The original. I'm sorry, Idina Menzel. That's my Elphaba. Anyways, no shade to Cynthia. No shade to Cynthia. You just, I love who I love. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so they're having that issue, and that's going to be the problem because it doesn't look like Matt is going to be able to figure it out because his first wife is the first wife. She takes precedent unless she says like you can be gone 3 days out of the week staying with her over there while I get these kids ready, and then the other 2 days of the week I guess I'll be asleep and you help you get the kids ready. I don't know what the options are. Okay. So, a next couple that we are going to move on to is the Merrifields, who are the favorite of the bunch. Do Merrifields. They are crazy and they're very fun to watch. Okay. So, they pull up and Lorena gets out of the car and Lorena keeps making these high-pitched squeals, and I have never been that girl. And sometimes I wish that I could be that girl because I think I'd get a lot further with dumb men if I did. She gets out of the car. For some reason, Danielle's father thinks that it's hilarious to sneak up and scare her. I'm like, if she were a Black American, she would be very uncomfortable in that moment. To have a white man in that with that age, with that cowboy hat, run up and scare her, nefarious things are afoot. And so she's like, and so they're like, oh my God, she's met everybody in the family through FaceTime, but not in real life. And so it's so exciting for her. And, Danielle is just overexcited. It's just a lot and it's too much at the same time. I forgot that Danielle's parents live there somewhere on the homestead with them. And so the mother comes, produces Layla. Layla goes and hugs on Lorena and puts her head down. Danielle starts to tear up because she's so excited. The fact that, Lorena's fitting into the family immediately. And then they have to get ready for her birthday party because it's Danielle's birthday party. And I want to know how old she's turning because someone has taken some decorations that says like old, but still sassy or something on the wall. And I was like, oh my God. But anyways, so we then find out that Danielle and Garrick again have more weird choices within the way they want to practice their Christianity. Danielle says, now they have built this house from the ground up. Remember, this is the house that they built for Bert. Like, they have built this house, this compound, this space. They've done it because that is what Garrick does. He's a home builder. And for some reason, I'm like, how many bedrooms are there? There should be at least 8. If you're trying to have grow a family and have sister wives and you want to have at least 3 to 4 wives, why don't you have an 8-bedroom home? Because then they're going to have what they refer to as like a sister suite. What they call that shit? Sister room. Garrick has the master bedroom, which is on the first floor, because Danielle feels like Garrick should feel like a king of his castle. And here's the truth. If Danielle is more of a trad wife because Garrick makes all the money and she doesn't have to want for anything and she's been taken care of by Garrick her whole entire life, I can understand that. I'm not against it in that. But she's like, the way most people practice polygamy is that the man bounces from room to room, but I don't think it should be like that. I think that we should have our own rooms and then we should go to him and make his life more comfortable. And I just think that that's the way it should be, which is fine if that's the way that she thinks it. A man should have peace in his home, the king of his castle. And I was like, well, no, he should not have peace in his home. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. What? Everyone should have peace in their home. What do you mean? Like, is she one of these people who think that a man should just hold the baby as long as the baby's not crying, but after that, like, it's up to the woman to take care? And it's weird because to me, Danielle gives off a look of being so worldly because she always got her titties out. That I'm like, how are you this worldly with your body yet so conservative with your brain? And the scruples, the things you believe in is crazy. I really want them to tell me that they're in a cult. They're in some kind of weird make up your own. Somebody made up the religion that they're in right now. It is so weird. So her and Lorena are going to share a room. Girl, no. And Lorena's happy about it because she says that she grew up very poor and in a very small but clean home. And when she said small but clean, I said, are you looking left and right and noticing that things are not clean in this home? The bigger the home, the harder it is to clean. So they need maids. So I'm just like, y'all got one room to share. Why? Why doesn't Danielle have her own room? And why doesn't Lorena have her own room? Why are they sharing a room? Do the boys have their own room? So Garrick has his own room, Jeremiah has his own room, and that other child has their own room? And then Lorena and Danielle got to share a room? Because I'm sure Layla got her own room too. And then the parents got their room. So Garrick, the two boys, that's 3 bedrooms. Layla got her room. Her parents have her room. So it's a 6-bedroom home, and Danielle and Lorena got to share a room. And next episode, we realize that again, this person has not made room for Lorena in the home. Girl, I love them, and I don't want them away from from my TV because they provide so much entertainment. But why they sharing a room? No, I'm not sharing a room. I'm a grown person. No, I'm not sharing a room. I'm not sharing a hotel room. I'm not sharing any room. I'm getting my own room. You better leave me alone. You better leave me alone. And she's okay with it. First of all, she's like, listen, the party starts. And Lorena's like, parties in Brazil are different. There are actually people in music at TED parties. They ain't got none of that here. Okay? So I can tell that these parties that we're about to have here are about to be real, real sad. So Sam and Samantha come over, which is Danielle's brother and sister-in-law. And they don't agree with this because they've seen the hurt from Bert and Natalia, and they've been skeptical since the very beginning, but Garrick and Sam are in business together. And so he talks to Sam about getting a prenup because they're worried about what Lorena may do, because her and Lorena and Garrick will actually legally be married. And they have 90 days to do it. It's 90-day fiance seeking sister wife, y'all. I'm here for it. And so I wonder what the drama is going to be. I think it's just really easy. Like, hey, I have this business and I have my kids. And because I'm legally marrying you, I need to make sure that there are things that you won't be able to have access to. But don't worry, I'll take care of you if anything goes wrong. Thank you so much, Hard to Know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Who was a gangbanger? I haven't heard that statement in a long time. Who was a gangbanger? Why are they sharing a room? Yeah. Oh, here you guys. You guys are on my side with this one. Recall, he did make all this up. It's crazy. And Garrick, that stupid look on his face. He always looks like, you talk, Danielle. And he said he was a gangbanger and found Christianity. I gotta go, guys. I hope you guys have a good night. We gotta talk about that another time. We gotta talk about it another time. We gotta talk about it another time. A gang? I can't. I don't. All right, you guys. Yeah, I gotta go. I cannot be here anymore. Wait. He shows pictures of himself and ran his town and sold drugs. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Wah. If you got the hee-haws while watching all of this, you can go on ahead and just leave me a message. Sending me a, you can do what? Yeah, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your. I am like, hey, Be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Garrick was a gangbanger and sold drugs and ran his town. Then found the Lord and made up polygamy so that it worked for him and his wife. All right, I'm dead. I'm going to bed. This is my ghost talking to you. Boo. I'm dead. This is my astral form. You are not seeing me. This is who am I? Body snatcher. I have to go. We will talk about this next week. Kalandria, remind me. Okay, talk to everyone later. Have a weird week. Bye.